So I've had a chance to do a little bit of experimentation, and I've had a couple of tips from a couple of viewers. The paint I'm using has been thinned to a consistency probably something like a thin cream. I think this is more than 50% thinned. So we're going to start off with the largest nib that I did, which was a number 17. The bore of this nib measures 0.95 millimeters. I've got a 0.6 millimeter wire down the center. The two lines you see on the plate I did with a 0.8 millimeter wire down the center, and while the line's not too bad, it looked like there was not enough paint flow, so it would either need thinner paint or smaller wire, so I'm trying a smaller wire. Now it is blobbing on the end still a little bit, but we'll give that a try. So compared to before, it's a much more even line. It's got a slight blob on the one end, but it's very small. So one of the tips I got was, at the start of the line, at the end of the line, it's a good idea to use masking tape, and this gives you a clean square edge. So let's give that a go. Okay. Just remove the masking tape. So you can see that gives you an excellent result. So that works quite well. I think with a bit of practice you can get a very good result and get very square corners. Yeah, it's good, just a little bit, going a little bit too far in. Okay, so we'll just try another square, see if we can do a better job. That looks better, but to be honest, I think if you wanted really nice square corners, then the best thing would be to let the first two lines dry and then come back and mask off again and paint the other two lines, and you'd get a much better job. It's good results considering that don't have a lot of experience. Okay, we'll have a go with the smallest nib, which is number 23. Just give it a wipe on the end. No wire down the centre of this nib. And I've put masking tape on to get square corners on the end. Doesn't look too bad. Now I can't put this piece of brass on there because I'm going to smudge that paint, so I'm just going to join them together, give the nib a clean. Check we've got some flow. Yeah, I think that looks quite good considering, but it is something that really need a lot of practice just to get perfection. So I'm going back to the larger size nib, so just going to try and do another square. This time I'll let 2 lines dry, mask them off and come back and finish it, so we'll see how that compares. Okay, I've given that plenty of time to dry. Take the masking tape off. Okay, I've let that dry. I've gone ahead and removed the masking tape and it's much better. A bit more practice though. I've also gone ahead and with the number 23 nib drawn a rectangle inside using the same technique with the masking tape. Again, it looks pretty good. Not perfect, but that comes down to practice. But overall, I'm very pleased with that. So just to recap, using the number 17 nib, initially I had I think it was a 0.4 or 0.45 wire inside the nib, and this was kind of the result. Again, it depends on the paint thickness or the paint viscosity, but the line is fairly uneven, bit of a blob at the end there. Then with a 0.8 wire I found that there wasn't enough paint getting through, and then with the 0.6 wire a much better result. So one of the things I was having problems with was finding somewhere to stand the pen, so I decided to make a stand for it. So I just got a bit of aluminium bar. This is 3/4 diameter, 19mm, and I just milled a slot in it. I angled the end in the milling machine and drilled and tapped a hole. Turned up a base. So these just obviously screw together. So we have a stand. One of the things I found is that it is a tendency for it to slip out. So I just made a brass ring with a slot in. So that sits over there. And that keeps it in place. So that's nice and neat. Quick little job. Here's a drawing for it. So if you want a copy, just pause the video and take a screenshot. So there you have it. A nice simple project for a weekend. A nice addition to the workshop. The needles cost less than £2 for the set. The materials were just bits of material I had left lying around. So what have we learned? Well, larger nibs need a wire, and you need to experiment with the paint viscosity, and also the paint viscosity needs to be very consistent to maintain line thickness. You need to angle in there roughly about 15 degrees to the workpiece to get a smooth line. You need to use masking tape to get good line ends, and you need to practice. I hope you found it useful, and thanks for watching.